Thank you for joining me today. I am in the financial aid office. I just want to make sure everybody can hear me clearly. Can anybody tell me in the chat if they can hear me okay? Or if you want to unmute your mic. Okay, everyone can hear me? Okay, great. Thank you for that. Okay, like I said, my name is Chris Lawson. I am the study abroad coordinator in the financial aid office. I've been working at UCF for 6 years and in the financial aid field for about 10. When giving presentations, I like to tell a lot of jokes to keep it fun and less of a serious or formal discussion. So please feel free to send me any questions in the chat during my presentation. I will definitely address those. I do like that interaction conversation. Also, at the end of the presentation, I'll be giving you your password for your Study Abroad Fair raffle bingo. Good luck to everyone. So please stay tuned for me at the end of the presentation. Also, I will be posting in the chat a quick survey. I would love your information and your feedback for today's presentation. And I still see a lot of people coming in. I do not want to miss anyone. So I'll wait a few more seconds. Again, thank you all for joining me today. I am the study abroad coordinator. And I'm just gonna go ahead and get started. Okay, so our topics of discussion today is how to apply for financial aid, the types of aid that students will be eligible for once they complete that FAFSA application, and what aid will be applicable for your study abroad programs. Also, the information and the requirements that you'll need to complete to confirm your enrollment process to receive your financial aid, and the financial aid renewal process after you come back from your abroad trip. So first thing first, a lot of students ask me, how do I start? Where do I start? How do I get my financial aid to be applied for my study abroad programs? And it always begins with the FAFSA application. So the FAFSA stands for Free Application for Federal Student Aid. I'm sure everyone is familiar with the FAFSA application. If not, it's okay. I'll be going over it with you right now. So the FAFSA becomes available every year, October 1st. So for the new year, the 21-22 FAFSA application that is available right now, and that is for the fall 21, spring 22 aid year. So that's next year, that's available right now. And for our priority date is December 1st. Now, this is not a final deadline. This is just our priority deadline. And if you complete the FAFSA application by the priority date, you'll be considered for more financial aid. Now, when completing a FAFSA application, they do ask you for tax information. This tax information will always be 2 years prior and not ever current. So for the new year, for the 21-22 FAFSA application, that's going to be your 2019 tax information. And for this current FAFSA, which is your fall 2021, that's the FAFSA application for 2020-2021. And I'm sure everybody has completed the application. If you haven't, just keep looking for it. Don't blink, nobody would ever know. But you can still complete that application now as well. Now, after you complete the FAFSA application, that's how financial aid will be determined for you. And there are 3 types of aid. There are grants, loans, and scholarships. And this aid will be based upon 4 categories. That's federal, state, institution, and private. So I can get a sense of everybody's wishes for their study abroad program. If everybody can post in the chat what study abroad program they wish to apply for or study abroad in. And I'll give y'all a moment as y'all post that into the chat. Okay, I see London. Okay, thank you, Isabella, for summer 2020, 22. Exchange program in Milan. Thank you, Nicholas, for spring 21. Okay. Yeah, you want to study abroad in Europe? I would like to study abroad in Europe as well. Okay, Hannah, thank you. I see that. Australia, Europe, business exchange. Okay. Okay, so once you determine what study abroad program you're gonna study abroad in, like I said, there are four categories. They're the federal, the state, and the institution and private that falls into the award. So next we'll be talking about what financial aid you could be eligible for and what aid will be applicable for those programs. Now for financial aid consideration, there are three types of programs. They're the UCF program, and I see a couple students are going through the exchange programs. Those are the UCF programs. For the Florida programs, you go through either like a Florida institution like Florida State or Seminole State College. Those are the Florida programs. And the non-Florida programs, the non-system, that's like your CSI, your API study abroad program. Now, first I'm going to talk about grants. Now, the first grant I'm going to talk about is the federal Pell Grant. So once you complete the FAFSA application, your federal Pell Grant will be determined on your EFC. That's your estimated family contribution. So once you complete that application in 24 hours, you'll get your EFC number, and you'll also get the amount of your Pell Grant as well. Now, for study abroad purposes, for this amount to be applicable for your study abroad program, you do have to be in a degree seeking program, and you have to be enrolled in at least ranging from 3 credit hours to 12 credit hours, depending on your EFC. In order to get the full consideration of the Pell Grant, if you enroll in 12 credit hours, you will get your full amount of your Pell Grant award. Now, for federal aid, that is applicable. Federal aid is applicable for all three programs. That's the UCF program, the Florida program, and the non-Florida programs. Now, for the Federal Supplementary Education Opportunity Grant, this is also a federal award, but the enrollment for this award, you must be enrolled in 12 credit hours. There's no way around that. As long as you're in 12 credit hours, we'll be able to apply this award to your study abroad program. Now, for the Florida Student Assistant Grant, this is a state-funded program. This will only be applicable for UCF and Florida programs only. And as long as you enroll into at least 6 credit hours, we'll be able to apply this award to your account. Now, institutional grants, that's like your UCF full-time, your Black and Gold Grant and your Apollo Grant. These are UCF programs only. So federal awards, that's all three programs. The Florida awards, just UCF and Florida programs, and then the institutional grants only for UCF study abroad programs. Does anybody have any questions about the grants so far? If you can just post it in the chat. If not, I can just keep moving on to our next topic. Which is loans. Now, for federal loans, there are three types of loans. There is the Stafford loans. So once you complete the FAFSA application, there are 2 types of Stafford loans. There's the subsidized loan and the unsubsidized loan. Some students do get these loans confused. For the subsidized loan, the government pays the interest. So if you do want to consider a loan, you want to always consider the subsidized loan first, because the government is paying that interest while you're in school. For unsubsidized loan, once this loan is dispersed, that interest is accumulating soon as it dispersed to your account. Now, for these interest rate, the interest rate for both the subsidized and unsubsidized loan is a 2.75 interest rate. And that actually went lower because first it was at a 4% interest rate. Now it's at a 2% interest rate. So these loans have interest rates have decreased. In order to get these loans applicable for your study abroad program, you must be enrolled at least 6 credit hours. Now, for the Parent Plus loan, for some students for their study abroad program, they do fall a little short on financial aid. So parents do have that opportunity that they can apply for a Parent Plus loan to cover that difference. And we do ask parents to complete that application 90 days before the semester of the study abroad program. Is based upon the parent's credit. Whether the parent is approved or denied, you will be considered for more aid. If the parent is approved, you can get up to your cost of attendance for your study abroad program. If they're denied, then you will get an additional unsubsidized loan applied to your account. Now, for optional loans, we ask for students to be like a last minute or last resort. We ask them for a last resort because these interest rates can be higher than other loans. With the plus loan is a 5%. With optional loans, the interest rate can range between lenders. And we do post a lot of private loan lenders on our account based upon what students have applied for in the past. So you can take a look at those lenders and you can view and compare and contrast which application that you want to apply for. And this is going to be based upon your credit. Now, if you don't have good credit, you can definitely get a co-signer, and a co-signer will help you get the loan as well. Now, for repayments for these loans, for the Stafford loans, the repayment is 6 months after you graduate, or if you drop below half time. Then you'll have to repay for the loan, and then you'll choose the repayment plan. For the plus loan repayment plans, the parent will have to contact the lender if they're approved. If they're denied, of course, you'll get an unsubsidized loan, and that won't be due until 6 months after you graduate or drop below half time. And then for the optional loan, payment plan can be as soon as now. So you definitely want to contact the lender and see about your payment plans and when you have to pay. All of these loans are applicable for all 3 study abroad programs. That's the UCF program, the Florida program, and the non-Florida program. And for enrollment requirements, as long as you're 6 hours for the federal loans, these loans will be able to be applicable. For the optional loans, some optional loans don't even require less than half time. So that's like 3 credit hours. And I do see a question in the chat, so I'm gonna take a pause. Will we be able to view this recording somewhere after it's done? Yes, this recording is live and it was going to be posted on YouTube, so you'll be able to view this presentation afterwards. I think you're welcome. Okay, anybody have any questions about the federal loans? Okay, no questions. I'm going to go on to the next topic, which is scholarships. I love talking about scholarships because free money is always the best money. So I'm going to go ahead and stop my presentation, and I actually want to show you our website. Bear with me 1 second while I pull up the website. Okay, so this is our website. This is the financial aid website. It's ucf.edu/financial-aid. In order to get to scholarships, if you go to types of aid and you click on scholarships, this is our scholarship site. And I'm actually going to scroll down to the Access to Opportunity database. This is where we post UCF scholarships.
Hi, Carissa. This is Kristen. It's on your email right now.
Yes.
The website.
Okay, let me stop sharing. And I will make sure. Sorry about that, everyone. Please bear with me. I know with our new dynamic, we're navigating online, so could be some technical difficulties.
You're good. It happens to me all the time when I'm presenting.
I'm glad I'm not the only one. Okay. I think I got it now. So let me try to share my screen again. Okay, can everybody see the financial aid website?
Yeah, I see it now.
Okay, great. Okay, so as I mentioned before, this is our financial aid website, is ucf.edu /financial-aid. And to get to scholarships, if you click on types of aid and the drop-down menu, scholarships will be the first link. And I'm actually going to scroll down to the access to opportunity database. And it is loading. Okay, so this is the access to opportunity database. This is where we post UCF scholarships. And as you can see below, we do have a lot of listings right now. And then some scholarships are due soon. You can see that the deadline is November 18th. We do update this website monthly, so you definitely want to keep checking for scholarships as we always update them. And for UCF scholarships, these once you log into the account and you create an account, we'll actually apply scholarships that you're eligible for towards you. So once you create an account and you'll see what scholarships you're eligible for, you can apply for that. Now, these UCF scholarships, these are only applicable for the UCF programs only, not the Florida or the non-Florida programs. If you're looking for private scholarships, if you click on the opportunities tab, if you scroll down to external, this is where we post private scholarships. A lot of donors do reach out to us and ask us to post scholarships on our website, and this is where we post them at. And once that loads, and you can see that we do have private scholarships. Now, these private scholarships will be applicable for all programs. You definitely want to take a look at the criteria and see the requirements, because some scholarships requirements are more stringent than others. Some requires, 6 credit hours, some require 12. So you definitely want to take a look at the scholarships. And also when you're searching for scholarships, don't focus on the title. You always want to focus on the description, because some students do miss out on scholarship opportunities because they're focusing on a title. Like this first scholarship, it says Tech Live Connect Scholarship. Some students will feel that they're not a technology major, so they may not be eligible for the scholarship. But if you actually click on the scholarship, the requirement of the scholarship is a high school senior or a current college or university student who are not in their final year. And it only requires a 500-word essay. And the description of the essay is how tech has impacted your life. And all I can think about right now, I can hear my nephew in my head saying that, oh, technology has impacted my life positively because I like to play video games all day. And he does like to play video games. But when you're writing your essay, you always want to focus on the mission and how this scholarship can impact you and your future goals. So when you're writing your essay, make sure you're focused on your mission. Also, be positive. Don't write sob stories. Be positive. Share your experiences. Share your strengths. Share your goals, because the donor wants to get to know you. They want to know how this scholarship can help you further your education. And also, when you're writing scholarships, you can recycle your essays, but you also, when you're recycling your essays, you also want to tailor the essay to the scholarship. I do say that because if you go back to the external tab, there is actually another scholarship that requires an essay. And this essay is about, it's a 500 to, once it loads. This essay is about a 500 to 1,000 word essay, and it's on the topic of emergency responder. So you definitely don't want to use the same essay as before, verbatim, saying how technology has impacted your life positively. You definitely want to make sure when you're writing the essay, you tailor it to the scholarship, and always review your essay, read over your essay, check for, and some students do make this mistake. They do, when they're recycling their essay, they do tend to use the same essays they did in previous scholarships. You definitely want to revisit your essay, relook at it, and then also ask other people to look over your essay, because sometimes you can miss something. And just make sure you're just tailoring it to that scholarship. And I think I've seen a question in the chat. I'm gonna go ahead and take a pause and check the chat. Can y'all see the scholarship site? Okay, all right. So like I said before, like I mentioned before, when you're writing those essays, make sure you tailor the essay to the scholarship and read over it and check for grammar errors. And I'm gonna go ahead and stop sharing this screen, and I'm gonna go back to my presentation screen. And hopefully I get this right this time. Okay, it works. All right, so that's the Access to Opportunity database. Like I mentioned before, with those UCF scholarships, those are only applicable for UCF programs, and then the private scholarships, the external tab, that's applicable for all three programs, the UCF, the Florida, and the non-Florida program. Now, the next scholarship I want to talk about is the UCF Pegasus Scholarship. This is an institutional scholarship. So once you apply to UCF, a lot of students will know if they have this scholarship or not. If you do have the scholarship and you enroll in a Florida or non-Florida program, you do have to complete a scholarship appeal and let us know, because this scholarship is only applicable for UCF programs only. And for the renewal requirements for this scholarship, you do have to meet 24 hours at the end of the spring term. So you definitely want to complete that scholarship appeal if you enroll in a Florida or non-Florida program. And when you're completing this appeal, make sure you do it prior to the semester you're studying abroad. So we'll have time to review it and make sure we notate your account saying that you're going to be studying abroad, so you'll meet that renewal process. Now, for Florida Bright Futures, you do not have to complete a appeal process if you enroll in a non-Florida program, because for the Florida Bright Futures, it's only applicable for UCF and Florida programs only, and you must be enrolled in at least 6 credit hours for this scholarship. Now, there's two types of Bright Future Scholarship. There's the academic, which is 100% of the tuition, and the medallion, which is 75%. I understand some students do come to me when they have the academic scholarship, which is 100% of the tuition. They ask me how come all the fees are not covered. Some fees are not covered by the academic scholarship. So you definitely want to take a look at your My UCF account in your student center under your view your account and the award details. It will let you know what fees are not covered by the scholarship, or you can reach out to the Office of Student Accounts. They'll be able to let you know what fees are not applicable for the scholarship, and you can make that determination that way. And also with other awards, I know a lot of students do contact me about Florida Prepaid, and the 529 plan and waivers. These awards are also handled by the Office of Student Accounts, not the Financial Aid Office. So if you want to see if those awards are applicable for your study abroad program, you can definitely reach out to them and they'll let you know. And I didn't really mention before, but for the Pegasus Scholarship, if you enrolled in an exchange program, the UCF program, that requires a 12 credit hour enrollment. And then for Bright Futures, in order to receive that full amount, that's 12 credit hours, or as long a minimum of 6 credit hours. Does anybody have any questions about scholarships right now? And you can just post it in the chat. And I also want to share with you, we do have a lot of private scholarship links on our website. So we do have a lot of listings, and these are a lot of just scholarships. Some scholarships range from don't even require an essay. But if you scroll down to the bottom, I do try to scan and search for scholarships for study abroad students who needs help for looking for scholarships. I did find 3, and that's at the bottom. And I can also post this in the chat for you at the end of the presentation, so you will have this reference list. But this list is also available on our website as well. But just take a note, when you're applying for these scholarships, don't just apply for one. Apply for more than one. Because don't get discouraged if you apply for one and you don't, a better chance that you will get them. And then when you're applying for these scholarships, like I mentioned before, don't pay attention to the title. Always look at the criteria and see if you match those criteria. I've been on a lot of scholarship committees, and some scholarships go unnoticed because a lot of students don't apply for it because they're looking at the title. And then we have to keep reposting that scholarship. So go ahead and just start applying for scholarships today if you can. And if you just apply for a scholarship a day, you'll be amazed of how many scholarships you have applied for in a month. And then don't get discouraged, because a lot of students do apply for scholarships and they fund their whole study abroad program on these scholarships. So it is possible to get scholarships, and you can just go free range when you go abroad, and you'll have other money to cover other expenses when you're abroad if you want souvenirs. So just go ahead and just apply for as many scholarships as possible. Okay, and my next topic, I want to talk about the enrollment verification process. So for UCF programs, in order for us to disperse financial aid, we do have to confirm your enrollment. And the way we confirm your enrollment with UCF Study Abroad, this is normally done through your first week of classes. So your teacher will give you like a syllabus quiz or a discussion post for you to complete. As long as you complete it during that time, we'll be able to confirm your enrollment and process your aid, apply it towards your study abroad program. For Florida and non-Florida programs, we do require a consortium agreement form along with a fee invoice in your class schedule. And as long as your consortium agreement form matches your application, we'll be able to disperse your aid towards your study abroad program. Now, with the application process for Florida programs, you do have to complete the transient form on the Florida Shines website. And then for non-Florida programs, you will complete the transient approval form with the UCF Abroad office. Now, both of these applications go through various offices, and it could take up to 10 to 15 business days for it to reach me. So you definitely want to, when you're applying for study abroad courses, you definitely want to list alternate courses, just in case if you go abroad and these courses are full, you'll have a backup just in case if you don't get in that initial course that you wanted to. And like I mentioned before, as long as these courses does match, we'll be able to disperse your financial aid. Now, I know a lot of programs like the Florida and non-Florida program, they do require a verification of financial aid. You can email me this form, and I will complete it for you in the study abroad email account, and I'll provide you with that email at the end of the presentation. But if they do require it, I will give you an estimate of your financial aid. It won't be a final because I haven't received these forms as of yet. And I definitely want to make sure that I do have that that enrollment in order to finalize your financial aid just in case, because I just definitely want to make sure that you do receive the financial aid that you're eligible for. And I see that some questions are posted in the chat, so I'm gonna take some time to answer these questions. Okay. Oh, it's just said thank you. You're no problem, no problem. So like I mentioned before, make sure you list those alternate courses. And if you are abroad and those courses are not on your transient application, I will definitely reach out to you. I'm always emailing students. You're always can email me as well, just to make sure everything is okay with your financial aid. And if not, I'll definitely reach out to you. I'll also reach out to your study abroad advisor and let them know, hey, this course is not on your application. Just go ahead and update it. With disbursement of financial aid for Florida and non-Florida programs, it does take 3 to 4 weeks to process. So that's another reason why I do prolong your disbursement. So definitely go ahead and make sure you list those alternate courses. And I see another chat question. Do we do this after we are in the program? That is correct. So once you are abroad, I will send you an email asking you to complete the consortium agreement form. This form will be completed by your host institution. So you will receive an email from me saying, hey, I see that you're abroad. I did get confirmation from the study abroad office. I just want to make sure I confirm your enrollment, so we'll disperse your financial aid. And I will send you this form. This form is also available on the study abroad, the financial aid website under study abroad. And I'll also send the forms in the email as well. I hope that answered your question. Okay, I have another question. Are the number of courses and credit hours at target institutions different from 12 credit hours at UCF? Now, when you're completing these applications, your academic advisor is going to let you know how many credit hours is going to be applicable for UCF. So when you're completing that application, they will let you know, okay, this course is for 4 credit hours, this course is for 3 credit hours. Did that answer your question, Elvis? Okay, great. Okay, any more questions about the enrollment verification process? Okay, I see no questions in the chat, so I'm going to move on to the renewal process. So there are financial aid renewal processes for different types of aid. For the Florida Bright Futures renewal process, we do require a student to be, at the end of the spring term, have a 3.0 for the academic and a 2.75 for the medallion. And then as well as grades. Now with study abroad grades, it normally takes us 2 to 3 months for us to get those grades back and uploaded in the system. So if you do receive an email saying that you don't meet renewal for Bright Futures, as long as we receive those grades, then you'll go ahead and complete that Bright Futures renewal reevaluation form, and then we'll be able to update your grades and hours with OSFA. And then you'll see those, they do study abroad in fall and spring, and then afterwards they don't see their aid for the next semester. That could be the reason why. So once your grades post, you can go ahead and complete this form, and then we'll be able to update your financial aid. Now for the Pegasus Award, as I mentioned before, for their renewal process, for Pegasus, you have to be 3.0. And if you're not in a UCF program, you do need to complete that scholarship appeal a semester before in order to meet renewal, because you have to complete 24 hours. And then with Bright Futures, I did not mention, for their renewal process with hours, you must complete the hours you attempt. So say you attempted 12 credit hours for Bright Futures. When you come back from study abroad, you have to complete those 12 credit hours that you enrolled in the study abroad program in order to meet renewal. Now for federal awards, some students are selected for satisfactory academic progress. There are 3 criteria. Their GPA, you must maintain a 2.0. For completion ratio, you must maintain 70%. And then for the overall program, you must have 150% of the courses. So the email saying that you're on a satisfactory academic progress, and you do have in progress grades that we haven't received those final grades as of yet. Just go ahead and complete that form, and then we'll be able to update your account. You don't have to complete the whole appeal, just that first page. It'll say on the first page that you was abroad. So you'll just check off I was in the study abroad hours, and then we'll review your grades. As long as your grades have been posted, we'll update your financial aid. If you do complete any of these forms before your grades are posted, we'll just make a notation on your account saying, excuse me, saying that we're waiting for final grades. And once the final grades has been updated, then we'll go ahead and update your financial aid. Does anybody have any questions about the financial aid renewal process? And I'll take a look at the chat, make sure nobody has said anything. And I don't see. Okay. This is our contact information for the Office of Financial Assistance. We have been working remotely. I have been taking virtual appointments. So if you do want to sit down with me and go over your financial aid and what financial aid is applicable for your study abroad program, you can email the SFA studyabroad@ucf.edu account, and I can set up a virtual appointment and we can go over your financial aid and what program that you're going with, and seeing if you have enough aid to cover everything. Or if I come across any other scholarships, I'll definitely let you know. If you want to send me an email, hey Carissa, did you come across any other scholarships? I will definitely let you know that I have found some for you. And things to remember about today: apply for the FAFSA if you haven't already. The FAFSA always open October 1st. The priority date is December 1st. So if you want to be considered for that other financial aid, like institutional awards, make sure you complete that application by December 1st. Apply for scholarships. Don't just apply for one scholarship, apply for multiple scholarships. The more scholarships you do apply for, the better chance you'll get it. When you're writing your essay, make sure you focus on the mission. Make sure you're reviewing those essays, tailor those essays towards that scholarship. Talk about your strengths, talk about your shared experiences. Let the donor know that this scholarship is going to help you for the future of your educational goals. And then last but not least, once your grades post, if you do receive an email from us about renewal, make sure you complete those renewal forms once your grades post in your account. And does anybody have any questions at this time?